Hello Virgo, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. So it's the end of Virgo season. Hope you guys had a great month. Hope you had a wonderful birthday or are about ready to have your birthday. So thought I'd do a closing out Virgo season reading, tuning into the energy, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through for Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers are welcome. All right, let's get into the energy of your reading. The overall energy is Seven of Pentacles. Looks like you're investing wisely. Feels like you're recognizing who and what to invest in a very profound way. Feels like you're cultivating. You're making decisions about what it is that you would like in the future based on your needs, what you're missing, what your desires are. And it feels like you're planting those seeds and cultivating. Seeds are just the beginning. You have to nurture those seeds with the right sunlight, the right water, the right soil, the right conditions, the right attention. So it feels like you are cultivating. It feels like you're planning what you want in the future by what you're creating right now. I want love, so I'm going to be loving. I'm going to find things to love. So love is growing within me. Cultivating relationships. Spending time, making sure you're investing in the relationships and the people you care about, that you want to continue. You want to be more happy, so you're cultivating how do you create more happiness for yourself? It doesn't just pop up if you haven't been practicing these things. It feels like being very mindful about what it is that you want and then planting the seeds and being in that energy of what you want. All right. Eight of Cups. Looks like you're also learning about what not to invest in, what to walk away from. I'm getting here that you might have emotional attachments, people and situations that are hard to stop investing your time, your energy, your focus in. You might be psychically constantly checking in with someone, constantly having a telepathic conversation, telepathic argument. Feels like there's a need here to recognize who and what to invest in. And it feels like it's hard for you to stop investing in situations, relationships where there's an emotional attachment, where you've invested a lot of time and energy. But it looks like not investing in relationships where your boundaries aren't appreciated, where your boundaries aren't respected. Feels like there's a lot going on. Feels like you're reworking who and what to invest in. And there's a need here to create healthy boundaries for yourself. All right, Virgo, let's keep on moving with your reading. Let's look at hidden blessings. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. a lack of interest, a lack of desire, a lack of spark. Someone's not following their, someone's not following their desires, and it's creating a obstacle. It's making it difficult. Okay, this is finances, it looks like. Oh, someone's lack of interest in you. It feels like it creates an abandonment. Okay, I'm getting like a runner-chaser dynamic. It feels like when someone pulls their energy away, is not interested, it triggers an internal abandonment wound. And then it feels like you chase after. Okay, so that's been what's been going on. It's been an abandonment wound where someone doesn't invest or withholds or pulls back their energy, and you chase and invest more into those relationships. Feels like this is something from childhood, having to chase a parent's love and care for you. Again, the Seven of Pentacles coming up. I think you're learning who and what to invest in. And if they don't invest in you, you stop investing in people who don't invest in you. The moment that you feel their energy pull away, instead of chasing after them, instead of convincing them, instead of chasing, there's no longer investing, pulling your energy back. Recognizing, oh, this is a wound, that I start feeling needy and chasing kind of mentality and patterns. Instead, I don't want what doesn't want me. I don't want anyone who doesn't want me. I don't invest in people who don't invest in me. These are some ways, some beliefs that you can transplant. Let go of the beliefs that something's wrong with you, that you need to convince this person, that you're trying to get just a dopamine hit of love and affection, and that type of behavior. It looks like you're learning how to invest in someone a little bit and then stop and see if they invest back. And if they invest back a little less, then that's the level to which you give. If they invest even less, invest even less. No more chasing. And this is a hidden blessing because it looks like you're stepping into leadership. These are lessons that a leader needs to learn. That you attract, you don't chase. You don't chase after what someone or situations that aren't for you. You recognize what's for you and what's not for you. That is a hidden blessing. It feels like there's a potential here, Virgo, for you to really level up. All right. What you're leaving behind is the Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Leaving behind energy that's not loving. Behavior that's not loving of yourself. Leaving behind people and situations that don't fill your cup, that are not loving for you. It feels like you're leaving behind decisions and choices that are not caring for yourself. If you do not care for yourself, if you do not respect yourself, enough to make decisions on, is this loving for me? To allow someone to treat me this way, is that loving? Is chasing someone who is not interested loving? Is staying with someone who does not invest care, love, attention, time, affection, is that loving? Feels like you're leaving behind decisions that are against your best interest. And you're leaving behind a lot of the confusion, moon energy, crazy making. Howling at the moon, chasing after. There's a lone wolf type of energy too, an unrequited type of energy here. Yeah, it looks like you're leaving behind, you're leaving behind victim mentality too. Wow. And leaving behind, it feels like someone who, it feels like it's almost a kink, a turn on, to have someone kind of abandon you, kind of lose interest in you. It turns on that abandonment wound, this need to convince someone of your worth, of your value. And so it looks like you're leaving that behind. It's helping me with calling it a kink, to kind of let go of my own attachment issues that I'm recognizing aren't leading me to happiness. Somehow by, I don't know, calling it's interesting how addictive, how like it has a catchy kind of a quality to it, like, and it feels like you're chasing for weeks, months before you even realize, oh, wait a minute. Why is it such a turn on to have someone withhold and pull their energy away, and it makes me chase? Feels like you're leaving that behind. You're wanting the real deal. You're wanting your happily ever after. And if you want your happily ever after, then there's a need to realize who and what not to invest in. All right, how to get the most of this energy is the Five of Wands. Practice, trying things out. The wands, they're practicing with sticks, with wands. They're not hitting each other with swords. So there's an element of practice. Learn as you go. Try things out. Try something new. Feels like trying something new. Getting out of the same old patterning that you've been in, and trying a new pattern, trying something different. There's this energy here of not feeling resourceful, not feeling like you have resources, feeling like there's a lack of stability, security, lack of abundance. If you're feeling all that lack, not feeling yourself, it feels like trying something new, being willing to fail, but try, learn something new. Learning doesn't mean being a being perfect at this, but trying something. Being willing to try something new. Being willing to be a beginner at something. It feels like trying anything new, breaking out of a pattern, a comfort pattern that you're in. Wow. There's also a message here about speaking happy, speaking about what makes you happy, versus talking about like something in the past. Cultivating is where we started. Cultivating happiness, planting what you want to create going forward. And it feels like for some of you, there's just a stuck, it's like your thoughts, your speech, what you're kind of fixed in the past, into your past relationship. And it feels like if you want to cultivate happiness, you've got to consciously think about something new, something that makes you happy. There's a mindfulness here that's coming to light. The birds got really loud there. It feels like there's the story that's really loud, and it's taking up a lot of bandwidth, and it's keeping you stuck in the past and keeping you unhappy. How can you cultivate more happy thoughts? How can you purposely plant seeds of happiness today, and tomorrow water those seeds? Add more, think about them more, expand on them more, feel happy in the moment. Allow yourself to invite happiness and joy, whatever those thoughts are for you. Purposely letting go of the past. That's how to get the most of this energy. All right. What's supporting you, Virgo, is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. What's supporting you is that Ten of Pentacles reverse. You didn't get your happily ever after. I think you really want your happily ever after. And so it feels like in the past you thought you were creating your Ten of Pentacles with someone. You invested in someone, in a relationship, and you didn't get that Ten of Pentacles. And it caused a lot of grief, a lot of upset. But the messages that I'm getting is that this was to create strength, to empower you. Power from the inside, an internal strength. You can use what you've gone through, the disappointments, to create an inner strength. Instead of a mentality like moving on, learning from, creating an inner strength, and then creating your happily ever after. Because it looks like staying in that relationship, if it was a marriage, it looks like it feels hopeless. Like it was a hopeless contract. Yeah, you were overgiving yourself. Hanged man. You were sacrificing yourself to stay in a very unhappy connection that wasn't your happily ever after. So what I'm getting here is what's supporting you is that you're happily ever after with a person didn't work on purpose, because it's like you needed to get out of that space, out of that relationship. Find your strength, find your courage, become more confident so you can make some moves here. There's something about leadership that keeps coming up, that you were kicked out of an environment, out of a relationship maybe, for you, so you would level up, so you would stop sacrificing yourself, stop being the support character and step into leadership. It feels like you can really make some moves. Maybe you are making some moves in this current energy. It feels like you're very courageous. There's a lot of fire energy here in what's supporting you. It looks like you're just not interested in the power dynamics. You're not interested in being bullied in relationships. I think you're willing to put in effort and work, but it feels like you're more clear about what you do not want in a relationship. Anything else to help Virgo know what's supporting them right now as we end Virgo season? Any last messages? And what's supporting? Nope. Okay. And in what to be mindful of, we have the Strength card coming up again. This fell on the floor. Look, you're showing up in your own reading. Not feeling like yourself, though, it feels like. It feels like you're coming out of isolation with this new strength, a new confidence. Coming out of this Virgo season, I think feeling more confident, more powerful. Not wanting to be alone. 3 of Cups. Yeah. It looks like it's time. Feels like there are people who want to celebrate you. This feels like a party, like celebration, like a harvest. You're also feeling more confident after what you've gone through, Chariot. Feels like you're making moves here. Time to come out of isolation. Time to teach others what you've learned from your isolation, from journeying alone. It looks like you've learned a lot. You've become enlightened. So it's time to come down off that mountain. Have that inner strength, that courage. Finding others and moving on. Moving, making moves, moving on. That's interesting. Oh, that's also really nice. It looks like what you might not be expecting is once you move on, once you make moves, once you have this internal strength, empowered, confident, find friends, go out. That's interesting. Make moves, move on. Then it looks like you start feeling more grounded, more abundant, like you have the resources that you need, that you can nurture things into existence. Feels like someone wants to invest in you, or you want to invest in someone. Feels like blessings coming in. On the blessings coming in, it feels like if you utilize the energies as I've laid them out here, if you come out from isolation, allow what you've been through to make you stronger, to empower you, to find others. Maybe in the happiness, finding others, meeting others that maybe new friends, even new activities, and then moving on, making moves, moving on from past way of being. And it looks like by moving on, you really start becoming more abundant, feeling more resilient, feeling like you have the resources that you need. So, all right, Virgo, that's your reading. I'm going to continue your reading on Patreon. So there's a link in the description box. You can click on that link. Extended reading here takes you to Patreon, right to part 2, the second half of this reading. I'm basically halfway through. So I will continue right where I left off and look at health, relationships, creativity, new opportunities, and career and finance. So if you want to join me over on Patreon, click on the link below. I'll see you over there. If not, have a great rest of your day. Happy the end of Virgo season. Hope you had a great, wonderful, fantastic time. So, all right, bye.